Hey, Sandra, welcome to yet another episode of Asexualized, my asexual life. This is the place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you and yours. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please hit the great big subscribe button down below. Please hit that bell icon to get notified every time I go live like now, post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as we go along if you're enjoying the content. If you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity, out on Amazon. The links are below. I'm also the founder of asexualise.com and the founder of Asexualise Academy. So continuing for my birthday, because I am a birthday girl. Woo, woo, woo. I haven't been to sleep yet, so 24th of April is my birthday. I watched Avengers Endgame on the cinema. We won't talk about that anymore because I've just done a video about that. But I'm still in the birthday girl mood. I'm still going to be celebrating my birthday pretty much all week because my best asexual friend is over for 4 days and he goes back tomorrow. So I'm still going to be seeing him tomorrow. Well, today now in a few hours, actually. I'll just get a few hours sleep. And then my boyfriend, he's going to be over for 3 days, pretty much celebrating on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, particularly Saturday, because we're actually going to Breen Leisure Park on Saturday together for my birthday. Because my friend, best friend who's here at the moment with me in my city, he injured his foot, so couldn't go. So, but I have another best asexual friend. So if you watch this channel before, you know I have two best asexual friends. One is Sam and one is Andy, who watches this channel. So Sam's down at the moment from Hertfordshire in the UK and spending 4 days with me. And then I have another best friend called Andy. They are my rocks. They are absolutely incredible guys. I will always love them as friends. You know, it's not the same as romantic love. I have my boyfriend who I'm really romantically attracted to, interested in. Obviously, it's different type. But Andy and Sam are really amazing asexual guys. Some of the best, most loveliest guys you'll ever like to meet in this world. Very honest, very open, very special asexual friends in my life, and I'm so blessed to have them. I know how hard it is to get true asexual friends, right? Really difficult. As asexuals, we struggle to find people like ourselves in this world. I'm actually very fortunate. In fact, I've finally, after 5 years, managed to find myself a boyfriend who can live with me and love me without sex. So that's incredible. And you all know how very rare and special that is. So a big shout out thanks to Philip, who's my other half now. I'm really blessed to have met him in my life. He's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous guy. And I'm so pleased he really supports me in my asexuality. He's shares my videos, comments on this channel. So I absolutely love him. He's also my friend, obviously, because he is you know, like your partner really has to be your best friend. I have two best asexual guy friends who I've known for some time now and who I absolutely adore. Like I said, one is with me at the moment in my city, and he's such a lovely person. One of the kindest hearts and soul. We got incredibly well. Obviously, it's great to have asexual guy friends because there's none of that sex rubbish, none of that sexual attraction. When I'm with my friends rather than my boyfriend, you know, there's none. With my boyfriend, there's like an electrifying physical chemistry attraction there. Even though it's not sexual attraction, there is a very physical chemistry attraction with him. With my friends, there's more of a comfortability, you know, and friendship, boundaries, space between the body. If you know what I mean, it's different, right? But my two best asexual friends, I'm so blessed to have them in my life. I'm really lucky. I'm very fortunate they came into my life. I knew Sam first before I knew Andy. And they're just both incredible guys. You know, Sam comes to every meetup he can possibly get to, all my national meetups. Andy comes and sees me whenever he can. And I was going to go to Breen, like I said, for my birthday yesterday, which is like today, because I'm still celebrating because I haven't been to sleep yet. And hi, Philip, lovely to see you. Oh, you heard me mention you. Lovely to see you. I just mentioned you. Yeah, I said how lovely you are, and I'm blessed to have a wonderful boyfriend who's very different. You know, I was talking about the difference between romantic love with you, you know, with the very magical chemical attraction. You know, me and you have huge chemistry, which is romantic in nature. Whereas my two best friends that are Sam and Andy is a different kind of, like, that's a friendship type of love, like, that I have for them. It's different, right? Because it's like they're my best friends, but we, you know, we've got boundaries and we have physical space in our bodies, but really comfortable around each other. So it's really nice, Philip, that you're on here, because I did mention you, obviously, my darling. And I'm really blessed that you can live without sex and be with me and love me without that. It's incredible. And I think it's a really positive message to share with all the asexuals. It is possible to find someone. It took me 5 years to find someone, right? 5 years to find someone. Never give up, right? And so I want to show you what my thank you, darling. I want to show you what my best you know, I've got two best asexual friends, Sam, like I've explained in my city, and also Andy, who watches his channel. And so he sent me a present through the post, because I was meant to go to Breen Leisure Park. Andy was going to come, and Sam. Andy couldn't come because he's ill. And then Sam injured his foot, so he stayed in Exeter and had food out and watched the cinema. And basically, Andy had a present for me. He said, and he really didn't want to post it. Yeah, he really wanted to give it to me in person, right? And so he was just going to pop along me and Sam were going to go for a meal after the theme park in Weston-super-Mare, where he lives, right? And he was going to pop along and give it to me if he could, or give it to the Chinese restaurant, so it was there for me later on. But he didn't do that, because Sam sadly did injure his foot, and he injured his foot, bless him, making sure I got home safe, right? That is a really good guy that does that. You know, I felt really bad that he'd gone and injured his foot. He had to go to the hospital, and they thought it was broken. The walk-in centre thought it was broken, but luckily it wasn't. It was badly sprained, so it's really still really swollen. So I'm blessed to have two really nice asexual guy friends in my life. And anyway, he sent the package through the post, and I opened it before I did this video. And it's beautiful. So I wanted to share with you, because obviously, as asexuals, it's really difficult to find people who are like-minded, who are like us, and it's hard to make friends offline. You know, we can actually find quite a few friends online that are like us, but it's really difficult to meet friends offline, right? And I hold asexual meetups in my city of Exeter to enable people to do that. And I think, you know, when you get to know someone in person, it's much better. You know, I don't have tons of friends. I have lots of friends on Facebook that, like, you know, Facebook friends are not your real friends, right? You do know that, don't you? The majority of people on your Facebook friends list are not your true friends, right? They're more like acquaintances or people you know from work, businesses. You know, they're not really, oh, thanks for the thumbs up, they're not really your true friends, right? You do know that, don't you? Your true friends, you can count them on, like, I can count my true friends on less than two hands, right? Those are the people that really matter. I mean, my friend Sam, he just cuts out loads of people on his friends list that you know, that aren't speaking to him anymore on Facebook. It's like, what's the point of having them if they don't talk to me, you know? So I have business people on my Facebook page, as well as people who are my friends, and people that I've known for years that I just kind of want to keep in touch with randomly every so often. But I don't accept everyone as my friend. But Andy and Sam are really, really good quality guys, as is my boyfriend. He's beautiful and gorgeous too, and he's a very good quality guy with kind heart. But obviously I had different feelings. Hi Sam, nice to see you. Oh, we're having a party here. I'm still celebrating. I haven't been to sleep yet. I've got to get up at 7:30. It's already gone 5. So I've done my other live stream. This is my second one. So anyway, Andy gave me this box, and it's full of nice stuff. So I'm going to share it with you, because I was super excited to receive it. So anyway, so this is a birthday card Andy gave me. And as you know, I'm a sparkly girl, so he got this birthday card spot on for me. I've still got glitter on my eyes. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. But the thing is, the glitter's not just on my eyes. It's kind of all over my face. But I'm a sparkly girl, so I loved it. This is really cute, right? Happy birthday, fabulous friend. I thought this really, really beautiful card. Love the gold. Really me. Really knows what I like. And it says, to Sandra, happy birthday, 21 forever, which is totally true. Wishing you much success and happiness, with love from Andy. So I think that's a really nice card, because he said 21 forever. And I really like people who understand me, yeah, who understand that my mindset is 21. It's like, this is the third year I've chosen to have a 21st mindset. I'm very, very comfortable with that age. I'm very comfortable with living like a teenager. It's truly who I am and in my soul, right? So I'm going to stick to it, because I love it. And this is my 21st key necklace. I got that when I was 21 in birth certificate age, and I'm 21 in mindset age now, so I can wear it. Yeah, it's cool, right? So anyway, I thought that was really, really beautiful, right? He also got me this little doggy. This was really funny. He got me this little doggy, which I think is like a little rucksack purse. So this is really young, right? This is really young. I'm like, oh, he's keeping the young theme, which I love. And you usually put coins in there. This is what little kids do. He's got me down to a T, hasn't he, a little kid? So it's great. I think it's quite cute, actually. And it's got little rucksack handles. So it's quite sweet. And he knows I love these edibles, right? This is a cocoa and almond edible. He's seen me have foodgasms on my channel, but actually I think I have a slightly different flavour usually. I think this is the other flavour that I haven't tried. I think so. I'm not sure though. I think I've tried the other flavour. Anyway, cocoa and almond. This looks lush. I'm really going to love eating this, right? Really, really going to love eating it. It's very, 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 very foodgasmic. I'm going to love that. And this is amazing. This is like really precious, right? This is what I really love what he gave me, right? And I will read it out, but just look at this. This is like a thank you heart. This is really, really, really lovely, right? And this is, I'll read the words out because it's so beautiful. And I was only talking to Sam today about him and Andy, saying I think I've really helped you in your life, and because I know the guys really well, and Sam's going, there, you have done a loads, helped in my life. And this means so much from Andy because he's like saying that I helped him, right? So he's put, thank you for being here for me, for guiding me and showing me the way. Thank you for having patience when it was hard knowing what to say. Thank you for supporting me and encouraging me. You're an inspiration in my life. And I just thought that's absolutely beautiful. You know, what a lovely, lovely, beautiful friendship gift to give me. You know, like I know that Andy and Sam love me only, obviously, only as a friend, not more than that. But you know, really close, beautiful friends, like best friends. Like I feel a lot of friendship love from them. I like know whatever happens, Andy and Sam will always be in my life as like best friends, and I didn't have that before years ago. And I've got that now, and they're really good guys. You know, they don't have rubbish people in their life. They don't have negativity. But Sam was explaining. I don't think on mind me saying Sam was explaining that in the past he had people that weren't so good to him and that weren't so nice to him, and he just used to have like lots of friends that weren't really his friends. And since he's met me, he's cut out a lot of his friends on his Facebook that don't, you know, appreciate him or use him or not very nice to him, and he's cut out a lot of people in his life that were bad for him, right, since he's known me. And I think that's really good because since he's known Andy, because we're all best friends together, I think that's really important that when you've got real best friends who love and care about you as friends, in and of your own right, I think you know then that it doesn't matter what happens in life, you've got that stable base of having those, you know, those few really close friends. Obviously I've got a female friend as well that's amazing. She's not asexual, but she's still incredible. And so that's really, really important. And thank you, Philip, for all the hearts. It's really lovely. You know, I've got Philip now, who is my boyfriend. Like I said, the difference obviously is that I'm romantically attracted to Philip, and there's a physical chemistry which isn't sexual attraction, but it's very magical and beautiful. And you know, I want to be close to Philip. Like I want to kiss and cuddle and hold him tight, you know. So some people on this channel, they'll ask me, they'll say, okay, so you've got, like, you know, they ask me like, what's the difference between a boyfriend and a best friend, for example? Because a lot of people don't understand with asexuality that if sex is not involved, a lot of people think, well, it's not a real relationship, right? How are you having a different relationship to a friendship? But it's very, very different. It's very, very different in a lot of ways, in the sense that, like, when I'm with Philip, for example, like, I love Philip in the romantic love, want to spend the rest of my life with him type way, want to see him and literally physically have cuddles with him and hold him close to my body and kiss him and be with him close, right, tight physically in the body. The body's like pressed against each other, right? That's the difference. And kissing and cuddling, right? I don't do that with my friends. When I'm with Sam and Andy, I will hug them, like to say hello, goodbye. So it's a very different type of, you know, it's not a cuddle. It's more of a side hug, like, hi, nice to see you. So it's more, you know, like a side hug is different to a full frontal hug. And so it's like more of a like, hi, you know, like more of a friendship. But I know Sam and Andy are really, really trustworthy guys. I'm a really trustworthy girl. So obviously, because asexuals can still cheat emotionally and stuff like that. So, but obviously, I'm a monogamous person, not polyamorous. And my friendships of, my friendships and my romantic relationships are two different things. They are very separate. I don't mix the two up. And so I think it's really important that when you are asexual, even though you don't like sex, and it's like, well, your partner's never going to cheat on you. And I agree, overall, they're never going to cheat on you because they're never going to have sex with someone else, right? It doesn't matter who comes along saying they want sex with you, it's never going to happen if they're a genuine asexual. If they're not a genuine asexual, then, they could be tempted, couldn't they? And whatever. But if you're a genuine asexual, like I'm a genuine asexual person, I'm never going to have sex with a guy. It's never going to happen. Right? I have had it in the past. I don't want that again, but it's never going to happen, right? Like I don't want sex ever. If I was having that, I would have obviously have it with my partner, but I don't want, because I don't believe in having it with other people when you're in a relationship, obviously. And I don't believe in one night stands or any of that rubbish and throwaway sex. It's disgusting. But I'm not interested in that. I just like Philip in the love, romantic, kissing, cuddling, intimacy way. So that the difference is with my best friends like Sam and Andy, it's the first time I've had friendship love from guys, if I'm honest. In the past, I wouldn't have been able to understand friendship love because a lot of the time, I think, especially with sexuals, they blur that. If a sexual person's friends with me, it's usually because they fancy me. They find me attractive sexually, right? There is always that type of sense there, right? And so to get really close to a sexual guy who's just a friend would be kind of really difficult in some ways, because there's always that sexual attraction from them towards me and things like that. But with Andy and Sam, because there's no sexual attraction there, I know that I can sit with them on a table, eat food with them, and it genuinely is like hanging out with them and just being really comfortable with each other in the company. But I don't want to kiss, like me and Sam, for example, who are best friends. We don't want to kiss each other. He's more attracted to guys, which always helps anyway because I'm female, clearly. So obviously there's none of that to worry about as well. And then with Andy, I mean, he's like older than I would usually go for anyway. So really, really, really lovely person, but we're different in what we want from a relationship, right? But I can be really close to them and feel friendship love from Andy and Sam, and that's what is a really warm, close friendship. I've never had that in the past because I've always associated that type of thing with relationships, with love, with relationships, and I haven't separated friendship love because I haven't been able to obtain that ever. But having that from those two guys is really, really, really nice, and I think this is really, really sweet. Like saying I'm an inspiration, I've really helped and stuff. I think it's really important. And obviously, Philip, like I don't think you should be in a relationship with someone you're not trying to be best friends with and endeavoring to be best friends with and doing whatever you can to be best friends with. You're like, it's not going to work in the long term, right? So obviously I think Philip already is like a best friend because we speak to each other like a best friend. We still got us to learn about each other because we've only just got together recently, but we are, we'll video chat for hours, we message each other throughout the days. It's very different. So me and Philip, my boyfriend, will be messaging each other like love messages. When we see each other, we'll be physically holding hands, being really close and cuddly with each other, which I don't do with my friends. And I think if you're watching this channel and you an asexual that gets really confused between the difference between how you should behave with your friends and how you should behave with a romantic partner, I think this is a really good video for you to watch. Like with friends, you shouldn't be kissing them, in my opinion. If you're monogamous means you just want to be in a relationship with one person, not multiple people. And if you do want to be in a relationship with multiple people, you have to talk up front about it. And if the other person doesn't want that, then you can't be with them. I'm monogamous, fiercely monogamous, so I do not believe that if you're in a relationship with someone, then you should be in a relationship with multiple people, right? I'm monogamous, like I just want one person, and I want that person to just want me in the relationship, like kissy and cuddly. So so that is how it's different. So you have to have boundaries in place, right? There's an asexual guy who watches this channel and he doesn't have boundaries, right? He has no boundaries, hardly at all, right? And in his case, he will share a bed with his friends, right? Now, to me, as a monogamous asexual person, that is completely wrong. You don't go around sharing a bed with multiple people, right? You only share it with the partner who you're in a relationship with. That's it. If there's a guy like that, I couldn't be in a relationship with a guy who does that, right? He has no boundaries, right? And he hugs his friends like he's like for really extended long periods of time. like he would be in a relationship with, like he would really fancy them, right? You don't do that. It's a when you hug a friend, it's more like more quicker, you know, and it's more like to the side. And you know, like you don't have to hug your friends. Like some asexuals, they don't want to hug their friends, you know. I only became a huggy person in 2012. The fact I could hug friends and people I don't know sometimes depends on the moment. I'm not going to go around hugging all strangers because it's wrong to do that, right? It's only like for example, there was two girls who had an accident outside my home, right? There was a car smashed in, and these two girls, and they were right outside my home. I asked if there was anything I could help with, do anything, right? Don't forget they're female as well. I'm not going around hugging a bloke, right? And I asked her because I saw she was upset. I said, "Do you want to hug?" And she said, "Yeah." And I'm able to do that with strangers, right? I'm able to do that. But obviously, if it was a guy I didn't know, and I said, "Do I want to give you a hug?" That would have been a bit weird, right? So you know, but she's a female, so it's okay because I'm only attracted aesthetically and romantically to guys, right? So there's certain things you need to do different, right? It's like sometimes when there's certain friends, like sometimes like with certain friends, like on Facebook now, I might put like little kisses to say thank you, but they're usually people that don't fancy me that I do that to mostly. And you know, like they're used to me doing that sometimes formal thing. But you know, in general, I don't make a habit of going around like loads of kissing and hearts to friends because that's a bit weird. But I know on Facebook some people do it, and sometimes they do it to me, and sometimes, but I don't overdo that or do that to everyone because, and like not business people either usually. If they're business people, I don't know them very well, then, you know, don't do that. People I've known a long time, I might do that with, and who are good people, not someone who fancies me and is after me all the time. When I've got a partner, like it doesn't accept I've got a partner, you know what I mean? So partner always has to come first, right? I mean, your friends, you should never lose your friends over a partner, right? You need to keep your friends, but you need to make sure you've got good friends in the first place, people who respect you and everything. So you know, I was going to do a separate video about it, but I'm going to do something, talk to you about something while I'm on this video because I think it's very important to establish differences between friendship and romantic relationship. I think it's very important, and you might have seen a video a few days ago about cutting people out of your life that are no good. Like, what's really difficult is most people they'll get into habit and pattern of knowing someone for a long period of time, years, and thinking that because they know them for years, they can't give that person up because they've been friends with them for years. And if that person comes into their life and they're bad and start being bad with them, they'll still keep them as a friend, which is not good. You need to cut people out of your life that are bad as friends, right? If they're no good for you as a friend anymore, they're not a friend anymore, right? And if you watch this channel, you might know that back in January, there was a guy who I had, a foreign guy who I'd been had feelings for quite a while, and me, and he lived in Algeria actually, and I knew him online for about 4 years on Facebook, right? A lot of years, and I think he's always had some attraction to me. I always had some attraction to him, and they came to a point in January where he was trying to get over to this country to study in my city, and they came to a point where I was talking to him, and I was saying that my soulmate would be this, because he started saying, I think I'm your soulmate. And you got to be very careful with foreign guys, because as much as I liked foreign guys in the past for a relationship, I'm happy with Philip now. But as much as I liked foreign guys in the past, I know that a lot of them are after visas, right, to get into the UK. And so I was very aware that he could be doing this. Now, he's seen me on camera. I've never seen him on camera. And I just want to grab my phone a minute to tell you some of the conversation I had back in January. And this is very relevant because I want you to know the difference. Oh, let me have some water. Between, again, I'm talking about friendship, relationship type thing, right? Now, bear in mind, this is January. This is way before I met my current boyfriend. Okay, so this is old information. Okay, and so basically, today I get this phone messages, right? I get these phone calls from Algeria, right? And I go online and I get this person consistently calling me from Algeria. It came up Algeria on my phone. Now, I'm not going to answer a phone call from Algeria because I don't know if you know, but if you answer a mobile phone call from abroad, it charges you, right, to receive it. So I don't want to do that. This is on my phone. This is not on Facebook. This is on my phone. And I know that I knew this guy who's not asexual, but he did actually support me in my asexuality. I knew this guy that I was attracted to before I met my boyfriend. Back in January, I'd known him for 4 years. I knew that he came from Algeria, so I thought it could be him, right? But my friend Sam looked it up and he said he might be a scam, you know, because people from abroad can phone you, you answer the phone and they charge you loads of money. So I'm not going to do that. I didn't answer and I kept rejecting the call, right? And they did it like 3 times in a row. And then as soon as I get in the cinema, I take a like selfie of me and Sam. This person pops up again and starts trying to ring me, right? And I reject them again. And then and then they came on and they started saying, oh, it's me. And it was a guy from my past. And I did tell you, didn't I, that whenever you end up in a relationship, the people who fancied you in the past usually start turning up. If they didn't want you when they could have had you, they are not having you now. Just remember that. Tell them no, bye, right? Block them, delete them, get them out of your life. Just get rid of them. You do not want them interfering in your new relationship or causing trouble, right? That's the last thing you want, right? So back in January, this guy started saying, oh, I think you're my soulmate, which he never really started saying. He was always the type of guy that would say he had feelings for me sometimes, and then he didn't at other times. He was up and down, and, you know, like, he's not a strong guy, right? You know, I need a strong guy, which is what Philip is. Thank God. I met a strong guy at last. I can't be doing with weak guys. Right. And so anyway, you put today, right? He put today. I'll tell you what he put today first. Hi, Sandra. I have been phoning you to say happy birthday. Many happy returns of the day. Stay blessed and happy. Adele, right? That's his name. And, you know, like, that's an okay message, right? But I actually unfriended him back in January. I didn't block him because we had been friends for 4 years. But I thought he's no good for me anymore. He's not a good guy. He said about being my soulmate, but it's absolutely a load of rubbish. He's lying. And I'd had enough after 4 years, right? I thought it's time to, like, stop him being my friend. You know, like, at first I was like, well, I've known this guy for 4 years. We got on well in other things. We've been through a lot together online in chatting and stuff. And you kind of, like, part of me thought, well, I don't really want to let him go since we've been friends a long time. And then I thought, no, Sandra, it's about time you let him go, this guy go, right? Because he's no good for you anymore. He can't give you your interest in a relationship. Well, I was back then, interested in a relationship with him. He's saying he isn't and is, and then with you, and then he's showing he's not. And there's no point in being friends with him because he's not very nice. He's kind of throwing things back at you. So anyway, basically, this is back in January, right? Okay. So back in January, right, I put what was it put? Right, okay. Anyway, basically, I was trying to say, 2014. So it was since 2014, right? And I've known him since 2014, right? So it's a long time I've been friends with him. But like I said, so I'll read the conversation now prior to that, right? Some of it, right? And he was talking about before when we had that conversation before Sandra, we can talk, but we both don't agree on the time. I remember that day very well. You thought I was a woman because of my name, blah, 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 when we started talking, right? Anyway, to cut a long story short, yeah, it's 2014. I started talking to this guy, and you know, like, anyway, to cut a long story short, he Skyped me once, but instead of turning his video camera on, he made up some excuse that he hadn't got a working camera, and that he was in an internet cafe talking to me, and that he could hear me and he could see me on camera, but I couldn't see him, right? And then this is what he said. I remember I was going to talk with you on camera before, but then you kept changing your mind instead of sticking to a time. So I left mentioning it again. So there was one time. And then after that, he said he was really interested in me in Skyping me. And then he kept making excuses that he wasn't, you know, didn't have the time. You know, this is not a strong guy. This is not really a guy that's interested in me, right? But anyway, this is what he started saying, right? I had no camera and I could not speak in front of the people at the cafe. It's embarrassing. No worries. Anyway, a person who's really interested in you, like this guy in this conversation, this is back in January before I met my current boyfriend, right? He said he thought he was my soulmate, right? Which he's not said before. He all of a sudden, I used to want to hear those words from him, right? But a soulmate would not say it's embarrassing to speak in an internet cafe in front of people. They wouldn't give a toss. Do you know what I mean? If they really loved and cared about you, they wouldn't give a toss. But you see, this is what I said. I said, yeah, See, that is how we differ. My soulmate would not care about what other people thought of him. He would go out of his way to do whatever it takes to talk to me and be with me, which my current boyfriend does, right? And it says, and then he's making like this excuse. I should sleep, Sam. I have to get up early tomorrow. I have work. I have work to do. I had work to do back then. Still blooming carried on the conversation, finished it. And then I have an Indian guy, an Indian friend. Don't forget, this is prior to meeting my boyfriend. This is back in January this year. I have an Indian friend who has always wanted to be in a relationship with me. And on New Year's morning, he messaged me and asked me to ring him when I was free. I rang him and he spoke to me for an hour with his friends in the same room and introduced me to them all, right? Which obviously this Indian guy's much more stronger than the Algerian guy. And he spoke to my parents on camera per his request. This is the type of guy I like. Someone who is not afraid to talk to me in front of anyone and everyone and who puts me first. I also love public displays of affection and someone to not care what others think, which my current beautiful boyfriend is like. He would know life is, my soulmate would not care. He would know life is too short and I am more important and want my happiness than to naturally speak to me at each and every opportunity. And this is what makes me doubt you are my soulmate because because at the moment you are not this type of person. I have 4 asexual guys in my life who keep in contact with me. One messages me almost every day as a close friend. I want a bestest friend like this to be my life partner. It's what I deserve. I am out to the world about being asexual and would want a guy to support me in this too, which I know you have done on Facebook before. Good night and sleep well. Right, which my current boyfriend does all the stuff that I described in this. So you can tell how my beautiful guy is really perfect for me in all these ways. So then he's put sleep well. And then I thought about all the conversation because there's more conversation than that with this guy, right? All the soulmate stuff and all the stuff about I like you, and then he goes around saying I'd be embarrassed to talk to you in a cafe. Something dodgy's going on, isn't it? So then this is going back the 24th of January. I put a thought about everything you said. If you really cared about me, then you would not be embarrassed to speak to me in a cafe in front of people. You would go out of your way to ensure you video chatted with me, come rain or shine, no matter what, which my current boyfriend does, which you can tell my current boyfriend is a really strong guy that I was needed in the first place. But most guys aren't very good men. They are just pathetic and weak, to be quite honest with you. Sorry, guys. I have really good asexual guy friends who are strong guys as well. But I find the majority of guys I meet for dating and relationship wise, usually in the past, for the last 5 years, they're not strong enough for me. They're not man enough for me. They're just weak. Do you know what I mean? I don't want a weak man. I can't be doing with that, It's like, if I'm being stronger than the guy, it's like, And so I put, and if I mean so much to you, then you would be messaging me, Skyping me, and truly want me in your life daily, like a best friend and soulmate, which, again, my current boyfriend does. You are not this type of guy. Not with me. And I'm saying, I have friends who I am more closely bonded to than you, and I deserve the best guy for me who will adore me in terms of relationship. So you clearly are not that guy. I hope you find a foreign girl who you do feel like this over and take action with. In 5 years, I've never seen you on camera. That says a lot. Actions speak louder than words. I have Indian guys who stay up until 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the morning to speak with me gladly. That will never happen with you voluntarily. I do not want to have to fight for Guy's attention or have him blame me that I am not available when really you were embarrassed to talk to me in front of people, which is not nice. I don't need a guy like this for a relationship. I need a strong guy who does not make excuses, who knows for definite I am who he wants to be with for the rest of his life, and who wants the whole world to know it because I'm worth that much to him and myself, which my current boyfriend does. All this stuff. See, I've got the right guy at last. And then he's blaming me, going, it seems that you haven't understood what I was meaning. Not embarrassed about. You took it personally. You took too personally. Right? So it's all my fault. It's all my fault. Now, he said not embarrassed. What did he just say? He just said he was embarrassed doing it. Now he's saying not embarrassed and you took it personally. This is not a good guy. When someone starts saying things like, oh, you take things too personally or you're too emotional, that isn't a good guy. Basically means they're a narcissistic, nasty person. person. So I realized then that I needed to unfriend them, right? And so they said, not embarrassed about, you took personally, it's about speaking English in front of people. We have our social order. This guy's an English teacher. If he's an English teacher, then why has he got a problem speaking English in front of people? He hasn't. It's just a load of rubbish. It's lies. We have social order. I don't want to speak English while the others would stare at me. Oh, diddums. I mean, how old are you? 5 years old? Do you know what I mean? I need a man and adult, which I've got now, in my guy. You know, I can't be dealing with these weak guys. It's just pathetic. I am not to show off. I don't like it when people stare at me. Here, they don't mind their business. Sorry you got it that way. In other words, I got it wrong. Every time I speak to you, it ends that way. Let's not talk about this again. Hope you will have a nice day. See, he just blames me all the time. I put talking to a friend, or in my case, it's supposed to be more you feel. Talking to a friend, or in my case, it's supposed to be more you feel for me, is not showing off. You are an English teacher. So don't tell me you don't want to speak English in front of people. Even a friend would do that. It's all excuses, and that this is the type of guy who's definitely not worthy of me and my love. I need a strong guy who is proud to speak to me in public, not a guy like this. Even a best friend would not treat me this way. I won't waste time and energy on a guy who speaks to me like a boy in this way. I thought you are immature, but I got that. I thought you are mature, but I got that wrong. You care more about what others think than me. So no, you are definitely not my soulmate, and we are not meant to be together in a relationship ever. So find another British woman who find another British woman who you say you care about, but do not want to talk to in front of others. It's ludicrous. What have I put? Yeah. So find another British woman who you say you care about, but do not want to talk to in front of others. It's ludicrous. I have never heard of something so ridiculous in my life, especially coming from an English teacher. In fact, what type of friend are you to behave like this towards me? Not a good one. That's for sure. It's more like an acquaintance, and I doubt even one of those would say such things. I am truly shocked by your behaviour, but you always warned about foreign guys, so I guess that includes you too. Not impressed. And then he's being sarcastic when he says this. Thanks for being very understanding and respectful, Sandra. That was very polite of you. Again, I hope you're okay. This is going back 24th of January. Bear in mind, he's not spoken to me since the 24th of January. Then he starts phoning me for my birthday, right? I'm glad you appreciate my understanding of you, is all I said. And he gave me a thumbs up. And then that's today when he says, hi, Sandra, I've been trying to phone you to say happy birthday, many happy returns of the day. Stay blessed and happy. You know, I just put, this is what I put. He's not my friend, but I haven't blocked him. But he's not my friend anymore on Facebook. I put, hi, Adele. I didn't know it was you, as we have not been in contact since January here, and you are no longer on my friends list. I've met a cute younger British guy now who I'm in a relationship with, and is the soulmate I described to you. He is the soulmate I described to you he would be. He is 23 to 24 next month, and we get on like a house on fire. You know, and that's the end of the story. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, if you've got these people that are coming from your past all of a sudden cropping up, it's like, hey, here I am. You know, it's like, I'm not interested, you know. I mean, I've got another foreign friend today that I told him I'm in a relationship now, you know. I just told him, a foreign friend, which I was attracted to that guy, but I told him now I'm in a relationship, you know. But he was happy for me because me and him couldn't, you know, be in a relationship because he's abroad anyway, and so it wasn't like really like that. I was just interested, like. But yeah, so I've got Philip now, whom I'm really happy with, and Philip's a strong man I've always needed in my life. Clearly, like, I read the description out, and I'm like, my guy now does all of those things for me, which is great. But you know, it's just really important to understand that, you know, you can say no to people, block people, ignore people, but you know, just get them out of your life. Like, you know, I've already unfriended. He probably doesn't even realize I've unfriended him, or maybe he did, right? But I've unfriended him now. I unfriended him back in January, so you know. But we had been friends for over 4 years. Like I said, 2014, so that's a long time. But you got to understand that people change in their life, and you've got to move on. Like, I've known someone. I've got a friend since 2012. I knew him. He actually gave me the voucher for my birthday. this top, which I absolutely love, right? This top, this silver top, right? And he gave me a voucher for my birthday. We've known each other since 2012. And we met up last year, the night before the UK Asexuality conference with my one of my other asexual friends. He wasn't asexual, but he met me because I was in London. He lived in London, and his train was actually delayed. So instead of taking 1 hour to get to me, it took 2 hours. So he was with me with my asexual friend Martin, who he edited all the videos for the UK Asexuality conference I did. He was my camera guy, and and then we normally phone each other once a year at birthdays, right? Which I got no phone call or message from him this year. And I tried to ring him in December last year. It was his birthday. He didn't answer. And basically, he has not spoke to me or messaged me or responded to any of my texts or phone calls since July last year when I saw him in person. That's it. Gone. And I've known him since 2012. And last year was 2018. So after 6 years of friendship, that's it. He doesn't speak to me anymore. Nothing. I'm still friends with him on Facebook. He's still got my UK Asexuality conference post. He's still tagged in it when I told him about it, but nothing. So I'll probably have to defriend him soon. What is the point in staying friends with someone who doesn't even speak to you? What's the point? There isn't, is there? So, I've tried voice messaging him at Christmas because I wonder if something's happened to him because it's not like him to behave that way with me. But maybe he's probably got a girlfriend now and doesn't want to know. So if he wants to be like that, then he's got to be like that, isn't it? But, a lot of people, if you go on Facebook, you'll notice a lot of entrepreneurs, they actually cut down their friends lists. So where some people are like gathering friends, which is never a good thing on Facebook, like, yeah, let's just gather a ton of friends, people we don't know, because they're not your real friends, right? You don't want to be doing that. But they will, the entrepreneurs will do the opposite. And obviously my friend Sam does as well, they will cut people down. Like, oh, if this person's not talking to me, or if they're negative about my posts or negative about things in my life, I don't need that negativity in my life. So they will literally like delete the friend from their friends list, block them, and get them out of their life. Like on my friends list currently, there's one guy tonight that I thought was okay, and some of his messages back to me in comments I don't particularly like. So I probably will unfriend him soon, and probably block him. He looks like loads of other people as well, because he's written a post recently going, oh, those people who unfriend me and unblock me, blah, blah, blah. And I just don't like his attitude anymore. And although he's an entrepreneur person, I don't like his attitude. So I probably will delete and block him, because there's no point in having these people in your life. They're negative, right? It doesn't matter if you've known them 6 years or 4 years or just got to know them, right? You want quality people in your life that are going to be really good friends to you. They're going to care about you, or at least keep in contact with you every now and again. If they're not, then just get rid of them. And some people are like, oh, I've been friends with this person for years. But yes, years is your past. It's not actually now. Now is what matters. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've given this guy, for example, the guy I've been friends with for 6 years, I've given him a chance to reply to my messages, to contact me. It's been like since July last year, right? So I'm probably just going to have to, I could just stay friends with him for the heck of it. But is there really a point? Is there really a point? If he's not answering my messages, he doesn't want to talk to me on the phone anymore, not answering my texts, it's really no good, is it? It's just like flogging a dead horse. Do you know what I mean? So it's really important to just let people go. And I think you have to develop that skill of letting people go if they're no longer good for you in your life, say you want to do a new career or have a new relationship, and your friends don't agree with it. It's none of their business. You've got to live your life for you. And maybe they will come around and maybe they won't. But if they're causing hassle, aggro, stress, and negative emotions and stuff, you just delete them, block them, because you don't need that in your life anymore. I've got 2 really good best asexual friends, as you know, Sam and Andy. And just to have this from Andy, this thank you, it means a lot to Sam and inspiration, because putting it in writing is just beautiful. And I think it's really nice that when asexuals message me and say thank you for everything you do for asexuals, thank you for all the hard work you put in, thank you for caring, thank you for making this world a better place. And I think that's what you've got to do in your life. You've really got to get rid of a lot of negativity and stuff. Like, not everyone likes me, right? I'm a unique personality, right? There's people who block me, right? On Facebook, they block me. They'll maybe be in my groups, they decide they don't like me, they block me. People block people for different reasons, right? So I accept people block me. It's okay if they don't like me. I'm not here to be liked by everyone in life. I'm here to talk to the right people, the people that are good people, the people that I relate to, the people that can relate to me, and the people who can help in their life, right? It's really, really super important. And so you'll meet people in your life that you just don't get on with. You're not supposed to get on well with everyone. If you're trying to get on well with everyone, you're a people pleaser. People pleasers lose out. How do they lose out? Because they lose out on their own life, because they're always trying to please other people. They're never living their true authentic life. They're never allowed the career they want, the relationships they want, the friendships they want, because they've always got people telling them what to do and how to live their life. You don't want that. You want to go your separate way and think, fine, if like 10 people don't like me, that's okay. I'm cool with that, because there's like 20 or 30 you do, right? And if they don't like me, it's fine, because I love myself anyway. You've got to really, really, really love yourself more than anything else in the world. It's super important. But I'm glad that Andy gave me this like package. He's kind of got something cute in there. He's kind of got some food in there. He's got like sparkly 21 forever in there. And he's got like friendship, appreciation, and inspiration in there. And I think that is really nice. And thank you, Andy. Friendship kisses blown to you for the gifts. Really, really lovely. Appreciate them. I love you, Philip, too. Mwah. Yeah, obviously when I say I love Philip, it's love, but that's why I say friendship love to Andy, so he knows it's just friendship. But me, Andy, and Sam have got all these boundaries, so we already know that we don't want a relationship with each other. So if I say love you as my friend, it's like, it's my friend, because I put the word friend in there. I think it's very, very important that if you do have friends and you do start being really close to friends, that you do still maintain boundaries. And if those boundaries are overstepped, you have to rethink the relationship, right? You can't be in a relationship with a partner if you're monogamous and then have your friends kissing you. It's bang out of order. You don't do that. If they approach to kiss you, you say no, turn your face away and walk the other way, right? It's not a friend. True friends won't do that to you anyway. They'll respect your boundaries, and they'll have boundaries because they'll just want to be your friend. They won't be after you for anything else, right? So it's really, really important, and just be very, very careful. Like, I'm very careful, like, who I'm close to. I don't have many close friends, and especially not of the opposite gender usually, because most of the opposite gender, opposite sex, fancy me, right? Because, particularly the ones that aren't asexual, right? That's what they naturally do. But obviously with my asexual friends, like, I trust them. Like, I trust Andy and trust Sam implicitly. I trust them 100%. They're very honest, open guys, and so I know they would never do anything that would overstep the mark. I trust them as much as I trust myself around them. So it's all really good. And, me and Philip are completely different. We're like kissing, cuddling, holding each other tight, and we're like best friends as well, which, like I said, is super important. Even though we haven't known each other long, we're like really getting to know each other, really being best friends, laughing, joking together, caring about each other, sharing our days with each other, loving each other, stickering love each other. It's wonderful. So, and Philip bought me some tulips. You probably saw them on this channel a few days ago for Easter/birthday. So that was really cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave the live stream there. Thank you so much, Andy, once again for the gifts. Thank you, Sam, for being my amazing friend on here. Thank you, Philip, who's my boyfriend, who I love dearly, in a romantic, one of you forever, kissy cuddle way. And yeah, just thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. I've got about probably less than 2 hours sleep before I got to meet my friend Sam. I'm like, I'll be going, I'm really tired now. And anyway, I better get some sleep. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's, and I will see you on the next video live stream. Lots of love to everyone who's watching. Lots of friendship love. Lots of channel love. Anyway, take care. Take care. Bye. Bye, Sam. Bye, Philip. Bye. 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 Bye.